Hello everyone, this is part 2. So now we're going to do a painting, and before you start the painting, it's a good idea to think what you're going to do. If you remember, I put this tape all around it. This is to stop the paint flowing everywhere. I had a member of the Byfleet Club this morning who sent me an email saying what happened. I put the paint on my canvas and it flew all over myself, the table and the floor. Now the reason is it doesn't matter which paint you are using, in the sense of it can be Newton or Sonnelier, but what matters is that the paint has to be all the same consistency. So not too thick. If it's too thick, you won't be able to blow your paint. It will just hold there. If it's too thin, it will just blow away everywhere. So the right consistency, which has to be for all the paints you are using, it can be thick or medium or thin, but it will have to be a little bit like honey, warm honey, but if you look at it, it has to be like a needle. When you pour it, you have to see that, whoops, there's that lump in it. You have to see that sort of needle when you're pouring it. Right. Now, if you put too many color, you will have a painting and too much silicone. You will have a painting who looks like this. This is one of my first paintings. And I was very keen on trying all the colors and all the silicone. And it looks great, except it has, there's something missing to it. You just look at it and you can use the imagination and think, oh, this is a river and this is the stone, but there's just too much of it. So if you use, in your painting, first decide, don't use more than 4 colors. Decide, for example, I'm going to do a water going upward. So 1/3 will be the top and the bottom will be where the dark water is. So I will use 2 colors on the top of the canvas. And remember not to put any silicone on the 2 colors which is going to be on your canvas. Otherwise it will bubble. And even if you use a gun to take the bubble off, you will see the canvas underneath, which is not what you want at all. So the silicone will purely go in the color that you're going to put on the top. So now I think that's what I wanted to say. Right, we're going to start now. So I'm going to put 2 colors, which is, this one is the phthalo blue, which is a very dark blue from Newton. This one is a light green, which is light green from also phthalo green. So let's go and start. So let's put the blue first at the bottom. This is where the underwater is going to be. And I'm going to put it down nice and flat. And you see, although I did mix it without any silicone, it still has a few bubbles, and that's what happened with Floetron. You do still get a few bubbles. That's not too bad. We'll get rid of those before we start. So that's a very beautiful color, and I put it right to the end of the like this. Oops. some more. Not quite enough there. I decided to put it to 2/3, so this is where it's going to stop. Oops. Okay, that should be right. Now I'm going to put the green. She's going to go on the top. There. Here we are. It's going to be, doesn't matter if you go on the sticky tape because we'll be moving it away in a minute. So that's the green done, and it will level eventually. You can still see a few bubbles. Clean up the, that's it. So I put those two away, not to use them. And because there's few bubbles, I'm going to get rid of those bubbles first. And despite the fact that I mixed the pan this morning, I still bubble away. Right, that's done. Now I've got, I'm going to do only 4 colors. I mean, I'm going to do green. Actually, only 3 colors, blue and green, and the neutral color, which are white, copper and gold. And I'm going to put the color at the bottom and push them toward the front. So I'm going to put a little bit more paint at the bottom here, because that's where I'm going to put my dot of color. That's it. It does help actually to put a bit more. Now I'm going to start with green. So let's start with green. One more here. One more there. Hope I'm not putting too many. Usually 4 is enough. Try not to make it too. That's it. And then I'm going to put some white on the top. It should be enough white. So I put the light color first because the background here is dark. If it was the other way around, that's what I would put dark first. So light color to go on dark color. And I'm going to put copper. I was not going to put copper actually. I was going to put light green, but no man, a bit late. So let's put copper. And that's what's important, to put color in line so you know which one you're supposed to put first. Light green on the top of copper, that should be quite good. Good color. That's a green from Sonoli. Okay, it's a bit light to make it more interesting. What was I going to do? Blue. Let's do light blue on the top. No, light blue. I should put a bit more at the middle here. I wouldn't mind putting some bit of white on the top of a light blue. Not a lot, just to break it. So a bit of white. Because it's very dark at the bottom and I want a lot of white color to go up. And I'm going to put more light green and then gold, and that should be it. Yes, because the color on the top obviously is the one who stays right to the top over there, which is alright. So I have light green on the top. Okay, and then last color will be gold. Should be a bit like the light on the top. Well, I hope so. It's supposed to be like the light on the top. Right, that's a lot of paint. And I've got too much. I've mixed up too much paint, but that again doesn't matter. As I said, it will be used for the next painting. And I use a lot of paint there. So now I'm going to blow. I put it that way to show you. Now when you blow, and I think that's a mistake my friend did, don't blow from the side straight toward you. Put it on the top. So you're a little bit on the top and then push it forward. So top, push it forward. Each one of them is pushed forward. Right? Otherwise, if you put it from there, everything goes, only the top will go and fly and not the bottom. So now that I explain it, let's see if I can do it properly. This is not quite long enough. Okay. So now I switch it on. Right, well, I thought I had enough paint, but I could have put a lot more. So let me put it back this way. Now I was hoping it will go more further way up. So I'm going to push it, and I'm trying to push it with a straw this time. and I wish I had a bit more on the top of it, but there's so much you can do, so I'm going to try just a little bit more than stop, because you have to also to know when to stop. I'm getting out of breath too. You can see the pant now is starting to stop moving. It just doesn't let me go. What do we do? That one too far. That's quite nice when it actually goes on the top like this. Let's see if I can do a bit more here. I don't want to lose too much of the pants, because if you do that, sometimes the pants become less vivid, and that's not what you want. If you want to keep the pant as vivid as possible. That's not bad actually. Okay, I'm going to stop now. Very difficult to stop, but you have to. I usually wait an hour for the pen to dry a little bit before I remove the side piece. And I use this, which is a baby wipes, to make sure there's no paint on around the black. So let's see what happens. As I said, usually wait for an hour before you pull it out. There's one. Very sticky. Oh, my fingers. Number two, sticking again. Alright. Number three should be, which one is on the top? This one. Number three. And last one. So, do as I say, but not as I tell you to do. Take a baby wipe and just have to change my glasses. Just wipe the excess of paint, which is not supposed to be there. And as I said, just will be better if you just wet an hour before you do it. So now that this is finished, you are going to put it on up. You're going to put it up, and the reason, as I said, is that the paint has to dry from underneath first, because if the paint doesn't dry from underneath and the top will dry first, then the tension, because the top will be dry but not underneath, the tension will be too much and it will crack. So the last thing you want is your pen to crack. So taking that off, very heavy. That's it. And we're putting 4 of those. I'm going to put the paint on the top of it in each corner. Now the beauty of that, putting the black first, is that you don't have to paint running all over the place. And if you do, it's very often you have to retouch afterward. When there, put it toward you more. so you can see. That's a finished painting. That's it, finished painting. So I'm going to let it dry. Usually it's overnight. Tomorrow it will be ready. Because I put silicone in it, when it is finished, you have to take some baby white. So you take some baby white. It has to be very dry. So give a couple of days. With a baby white, clean the top, which remove the silicone. Now, because it's waterproof, acrylic is waterproof. What I do afterward, I take a little bit of soft, very soft sponge, a bit of washing up liquid. Wash it once with the washing up liquid, rinse, dry, let it dry for at least 1 week. I usually let it dry 2 weeks. And then varnish. And the varnish, for this painting I will use high gloss varnish because I want the color really to come forward a lot. And I will varnish twice, so just with quite a thick brush I will just go. Don't go 1, 2, 3, 4 one way, 1, 2, 3, 4 the other way, because eventually you see the line. So I take the varnish and I just go where the paint is going. This paint is going that way. I follow the paint and then I finish up. Let it dry and then do it again. Again, I follow the paint. So when you look at it afterward, it's not shocking because it disappears in the movement of the paint. This is quite a good one. I quite like the way it actually goes into the green. That's good. That's good. Okay, I think I have said everything I wanted to say, so you can now start and have a go. Good luck. Bye.